Welcome to the John Doe Radio Show. Today is a Wednesday, February 1st. Thank you very much for hanging out with us. On the show with us today, a special show. Good buddies from Top Shelf Extract joining us, both Tom and Daniel. How's it going, you guys?
Excellent, man. How you doing?
It's going great.
Doing fantastic. So yeah, we're going to be talking about some extract action here. They've got a couple announcements to make, a couple things that they want to get out there and say and then talk about. So we'll talk about that here in just a few. Thanks to you guys for hanging out with us.
Thank you, man.
Appreciate it. Did you guys have a good week?
Yes, sir. How about yourself?
A fantastic week.
Yeah, I had a great week.
Yeah.
Basically took the week off.
You took the week off?
Yeah.
Was that because of you because of a choice or?
Yeah, because of a choice. There's a lot of work we have stacking up, but I guess we can make the announcement now. We decided to switch over to 100% shatter production.
100% shatter production coming from Top Shelf Extracts here soon.
Yeah, we just need to get our lab equipment in, but the tracking numbers say it'll be here in the next couple days.
Nice, that'd be really cool, dude. That we'll talk more about that a little bit here. The difference between wax and what it takes to get that shatter or whatever it is, and then all that mumbo jumbo, mamma jamma that people want to know about. It's extremely popular right now, right?
Awesome,
good times. If you missed anything on the John Doe Radio Show, make sure you check us out, johndoeradio.com. You can download the podcast there, and also if you're live at johndoeradio.com/live right now, make sure you head over to the podcast at johndoeradio.com if you missed anything. Anyway, dude, it's been a week of non-sleep for me. Trying to hold it together, trying to hold my eyes even open at this point in time when it comes down to it. So, no, but so you guys are doing good. The business is going good.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's really busy, man, right now.
Awesome. So, what did Tom? What's your job? What's your job with the group, with the company?
Basically, everybody kind of shares responsibilities. As far as everyday work goes, we'll all split it up. But mostly enjoy packing the tubes, man. That's probably my favorite.
Tube pack. You're the tube packer.
Yeah, pretty much. By choice.
No, that's cool, man. That's cool. It's an important job. It's
sure.
One of the frustrating things about when you sit down and you're blasting, Earl. You're blasting whatever you want to call it. Is packing that tube, man, and having it sort of downtime in between. That's takes the most time out of anything. Basically, pack the tube. So you got a couple guys there. Get a little supply line going along.
Right. That's the thing. We try not to have any downtime, so we have a sort of assembly line. Excuse me.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I meant. Assembly line situation going on. So that probably works pretty well.
It works really well.
Awesome. And who's the one? That's Daniel's the one with the can, right? I would be. Or maybe he's just the guy that's watching, supervising.
No, I'm working the whole time. I help with prep work until it comes time to start finishing stuff out, and then I just focus on that for the rest of the day.
Nice. So what is it? Once again, we're talking with Daniel and Tom from Top Shelf Extracts. You can get a hold of them by calling 855-710-EARL. Yesterday they were flipping out, man. The Mad Hatters guys and Lester from Swagger Glass was flipping out about it. 855-710-EARL. ERRL. He was like, I couldn't believe it. It was craziness, man.
Believe it, man. It's real.
That's the thing. A lot of these people that make extracts, they don't know anything about the community. They don't know who's smoking their final product. They don't know how to smoke it properly off of all these great glass inventions that are coming out lately.
Yeah.
We know our target audience because we're a part of it.
Yeah, and that's interesting that you do mention that, because it's if you're not in on the in, this contraption right here seems crazy to you. You're like, what the hell is this? And then you add a blowtorch to it, and you're like, oh man, I don't know. People already be thinking I'm, crack torchy, and yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it was like that at first, but I think pretty much now people that are patients, they know about the stuff.
Yeah,
for the most part.
Patients do. I'm just talking about the even coming in from the the outside, for your first time seeing the nail get torched, and with a big ass torch, you're kind of a little crack torched out, man. You're kind of like, what the hell is this? I remember the first time I ever walked into a room and I was like, what the hell is going on in here? It's over at good old MJR, and walked in, and Spencer was like sitting down there with his torch, like heating up this little like wand and to smoke his bowls off of and stuff. And I was like, what the hell is this? I'm like, crack torch. But anyway, the more it becomes a norm, then the less that we'll have to worry about it. And it's really not that big of a deal. I mean,
it's not that big of a deal.
Come on, you're heating a nail. It's not like you're heating a nail to smoke more marijuana. It's not like you're heating a nail to smoke some crack.
Right. Yeah, it'd be a bigger deal if you were touching crack to the nail versus hash.
Yeah, that might be a little bit bigger of a deal. You might get a little bit different of a high too. Yeah, I'm Ray James, bitch. Yeah, so a little bit of the cocaine. Phil, would you like some crack with your Earl? He said no, he's good on the crack.
I'll try it out, man.
Phil, you don't do the crack, man. Crack is whack, right? That's a total dare statement there. So
you really don't see crack pipes that fancy either.
Yeah, no, you don't see crack pipes this fancy. You see crack pipes that are like little cylinders of glass.
Yeah.
With metal brush things in the end of them. You know why? The only reason why I know that? The only reason why I know that is because of Dare. It ain't because I've been around. Some fool's been smoking some. Hey, man, come here. Hey. God, yeah, gotta hit that. Like I've never been around some of that. So, thank you, Dare. Thank you, Dare, for that information, for the Brillo and all that other great awesomeness. Right?
Yeah.
I live on Colfax. I see that every day. That's real life.
That's another thing. That is a whole nother thing that we talk about on the John Doe Radio Show here before. My experiences in life. I've not been shocked more times than walking out of the jam space on East Colfax. It's 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, maybe later. Tried not to be really outside that space.
Yeah, you see some raw shit out there.
At that point in time. Oh yeah. So yeah, it's a little bit funky, a little bit crazy. Maybe a crack deal or two going down. I didn't even know those kind of situations really happen here in town, here in Colorado, like crack deals and heroin users and all that stuff. I was naive, man, and that's kind of one of the things that the Dare thing kind of separate and make even more dangerous. The fact of is that they separate this drug, and then it's like supposedly not supposed to be in your neighborhood or anybody around you, or a certain person is supposed to use it, so you never expect it. And when it does come along that one day, and it's that one person in the suit, or it's that person, in your band that you never thought, it surprises you. It throws you off, and you're like, if you're younger, more apt to be influenced by those words of the ONDCP, then it could really, really, really change your train of thought, and you could be saying, hey, we'll just go back to the whole thing with, hell, this is marijuana. I just smoked marijuana last night. What is wrong with cocaine? Andale. The whole point of the show today is to crack Phil up behind the camera. No, but yeah, this is cannabis we're talking about, so.
Yeah, how do we get on Crack Talk, man?
We got talking about Crack Talk because it's super, super potent Earl and wax and shatter. That's just amazing, and you have to smoke it with a torch. That's the bottom line. You don't have to smoke it with a torch. Really, Healthstone glass has a piece, and you can hit it with a lighter on that. Kind of goes through. Honestly, the butane that you're hitting out of your lighter is, I don't even want to give it, it's 10 times more harmful to your lungs and to you than anything that could come out of these 5X butanes, probably a torch somebody's using a vector or whatever. It's like, and as we keep going, the chemists say that the only harmful actual characteristics of, and could be harmful, and they're not even showing any harm with that, is that the perfumes and the other stuff that's added into it, to make sure
ethyl mercaptans,
and those are the things that sort of more and more would like to study. But I'd like to remind everybody, that this is not just us crazy stoners getting all wild with our shiz here, man. There are extractions like olive oil extractions, peanut extractions. That's the way they're done, and they're some of the most high class, expensive oils out there that are done.
Many of the flavorings too. A lot of the flavorings come from butane extractions.
What's that?
A lot of flavorings.
Just any
like vanilla extract, things like that.
Oh, vanilla extract and all kinds of other stuff. Yeah, that's right. That's true. That's right too. I remember that.
You can actually extract flavor from orange peels if you do a butane blast on it.
Really?
Yeah.
So if you butane blasted the orange peels in with maybe and added it to maybe a little some of the Earl, you could have yourself a brand new product.
Exactly.
And some people would be like, scoff at that idea, man. They would hate that. They'd be like, "What are you kidding? Are you crazy?" And no, that some people might appreciate that. They might like it. It's like maybe they don't think it's the best flavored weed, cannabis, Earl, whatever in the world, and then you come along with your infused strawberry delicious. And bam, there you go. It's right there. It's perfect for them.
Yeah, I got to do research on that. I'm not sure how it would affect it. Like if it would be still safe to smoke if you use the flavorings from the plant. From oranges or strawberries.
Yeah, I bet it would be
Mixed in with the trim. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh, I have a friend, LK, does that, man. He'll mix in
right in the mic, man.
Oh, sorry. I have a buddy who actually does that, man. From time to time, he'll mix in different dried fruits and things like that. I don't really notice too much of a difference in the taste, but he claims he notices a difference. So
the thing with dried, and we're talking about specifically here with the after the fact. We're not talking about going and throwing dried fruits or fruits into a bag of your greens or anything like that. Because I tell you what, if you would like to end up with a moldy bag of greens, go ahead and throw yourself an orange peel into that. If you're a stoner for a long enough time, you end up figuring that out. And if you're in a shizzy enough area, you end up figuring that out. You're like, man, how can I get this more wet and less dry than this orange? And then you're like, oh!
Kids in high school used to do that all the time, man.
I'm gonna smoke it anyway.
Make it smell like some orange peels.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I get it. This is one time, never mind, I'm not gonna tell that. Nah, maybe I should tell that story. Nah, maybe I shouldn't tell that story. Hell, why not?
You've built it up so much, man. You gotta tell it now.
So this dude sold this bag one time, and I picked it up, and it had 2 little orange peels in it, 2 little sections of orange peel, and went home and weighed it, and it was dude, it was 1.5 grams orange peel. Mm-hmm. And then the rest, it was not made up for in product.
I bought some hash at a bus stop one time. Yeah, that wasn't good either.
A hash at a bus stop one time?
Yeah, bus station.
I'm not gonna lie here. Back in high school, when we went to Indianapolis, I may or may not have bought some hash on the side of the street, and this is when I was a sophomore, dude, freshman, and we got hosed.
Yeah,
it was like oregano on a stick, and then maybe a little bit of hash that was all right, but. Yeah, that'd be the first lesson. And luckily it was learned at an early age. Yeah. Having to find greens, I tell you what, here's another something that I've been thinking about here lately ever since I had to get rid of the garden. Having to find greens and come about having access for yourself is such a frustrating thing as a patient, and I understand that. And I'm talking about you as a patient that maybe lives in Florida or other locations, Arkansas, Iowa, that don't have medical marijuana. Playing that whole game of find a bag, it sucks. It's frustrating, infuriating. The dealer never gives you a call back when he says he's supposed to give you a call back, so he's sitting there pacing or whatever, And granted, I'm making it sound like like we are some crackheads here, but it's not as bad.
I know that all too well, man. I'm from Florida, so I've played that game many times.
At least you're not crackers. You're not yeah, damn it. He's gotta get Anyway, get the itch. I'm Rich James, Rich.
Just spending too much time shopping in 7-Eleven waiting for the guy to show up. That's the worst.
Yeah, dude. And so, playing that game just sucks. So it's good to be able to have access, and it's important for people to understand that. Even here in Colorado, even in the state that we have access of marijuana, just like everybody imagines it, everybody telling me all the time that you got to made in the shade with access and stuff like that. And compared to other areas, yes, we do. But here's the thing: these things still cost money. It's still something that you have to go out, and buy. And that's runs the problem with people, that would run, maybe tabs with their dealers or whatever, I mean, it's like, it may still be a legitimate game or whatever, but people can still kind of, spend too much or spend something at all, when you don't have it. Like with me, when I was growing my garden and stuff, there was enough, to be able to run a business or whatever with that garden, to be able to do, and with a sponsorship, honestly, too, to be able to have the materials needed, have the outcome needed, and then also be able to have your own product and have possibly, making your own wax or oil afterwards. I usually made oil into the product, but however you want to do it, as long as it's really not harsh and it's got the butane out of it, that's the way to go. And we'll talk about that shatter here in a second. But anyway, it's important for a lot of people. It's important for me to be self-sufficient. The only reason why I quit, suggestion of a lawyer, my position that I'm in here every day with the John O Radio Show, I don't want to make myself a bigger target. Also didn't want to have to register on the Denver registry caregivers list, knock and talks. You're going to have a cop come and knock on your door at some point in time. Probably want to look through your garden, make sure that you're compliant. That's just ridiculous. That's horrible.
It is.
And for people that are not allowed to grow their own garden, these are the things. These are the good things that you're missing. The access, the ability to be able to have your own medicine for an extended period of time, make whatever meds you want from it. If so be. Warren Edson is not in here right now. If so be, you need to do whatever you need to do to recoup whatever. We'll just put it that way. You can do it, but if you have to get rid of that, if that's taken away from you, if a location, not necessarily just here in Colorado, or a situation or whatever is taken from you, then it really it sends you back into that whole having to do that whole game of finding whatever it is, that finding that good meds, and even the dispensaries you go to. It's like going to. I'm gonna try and really be kind here. I mean, your dealer sometimes maybe towards the end, like when I was doing my thing there at the end, I try to have a couple strains for people to choose from or whatever. And when you go into a dispensary, you expect to have a couple strains to pick through also. But at the same time, you can go into a dispensary and it's just complete swag. It's like, and I don't mean swag, but I mean it's just crap. It's not the greatest medicine out there. And there's not that much difference once you get out of your own garden. If you can find somebody that's got really good greens consistently, which there's a few places that are awesome. I don't think I've heard any bad things about places like a Cut Above. You guys have an extremely huge special going on today with Platte Valley, the $15 gram over at Platte Valley, and some other spots. Derek. And his stuff that he's ever grown, I've never really seen bad. So it's just important, man. These things are important to think about why they are and who, what, where, when, why, how.
Yeah, a lot of these people that just opened huge warehouses and grew as much as they possibly could are starting to realize now that the people that concentrated on quality are the ones that are winning.
Yeah, exactly, and they're the ones that are coming through. They're the ones getting the patient too. Mm-hmm. But there's also ones that are growing so much that they probably don't care, and they just slanging outdoors, ounces and ounces and zips and zips and zips, and we all know.
$25 eighths, man.
Yeah, it's nothing bad. Yeah, $25 eighths is not too bad either. I even seen here $15 eighths at another location.
Wow.
What was
Platt's doing $15 eighths today.
Damn.
Yeah, let me see here. I got something on my. Let's see what we got. CPM, Compassionate Pain Management today too. CPM midweek savings today. Only buy an eighth of any strain and get a second eighth 50% off. Get $165 ounces or $310 for 2 ounces on select strains.
Nice.
$310 on select ounces for. That's like in New York. That's like $850. It is. It's seriously like that's like $400 ounces, probably stacked. You could probably get 5 off of some of the stuff that comes off the shelves here or whatever. Man, that could be $1,000.
Yeah.
There's like an $800, a $500 to $800 difference between the product that's here and there, and you expect that product not to get sent from here to there. That's what I don't understand about the Department of Revenue, the drug warriors, all that other stuff. You guys are looking at me like, damn, I thought we were just going to talk about extract machines today and stuff. Sorry, it's all good times here.
We can do that too.
It's all good times here on the John Doe Radio Show. As I just mentioned, CPM Compassionate Pain Management. Where you can go to pick up that great deal is at 2 stores, 2 locations, one in Louisville and one in Lakewood, 1585 Quail Street, number 13B in Lakewood. That's 1585 Quail Street, number 13B, and in Louisville at 1116-7 West Dillon Road on the southwest corner of West Dillon and McCaslin, or call them in Louisville, 303-665-5596, or Lakewood, 303-232-3620, Lakewood 232-3620. All sorts of different operations. In fact, I've said we've sat down, we've heavily talked with them, told them that they need to sit down with. They've contacted you, haven't they?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, they got with you. So and then Monday I was like, try not to be mean, but I was like, go giggity, go. You know, like go with Daniel, or at least sit down and talk with him. You know. Anyway, so hopefully that works out for you guys. And
I got a chance to look at their stuff, and it looks great. But, this whole week we're just taking it off until we get our equipment.
Yeah. But which stuff did you get to see?
Just some of their flowers. I forgot exactly.
Oh, the flowers. Yeah, the flowers are great. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to disparage their extracts or whatever. I mentioned them through your name. It was a good time. So hopefully that gets to work out. So, and they also have other stuff like pain management plans, Reiki therapy, lymphatic drainage, therapeutic massage, Chinese medicine, hot stone massage. That's CPM. All right, good times. Make sure you also check out Cannabis Cup Award-winning RareDankness.com. RareDankness.com is where you can go, and also brand new website to check out all the strains that Rare Dankness has to offer. If you would like to get strains in Colorado inside your shop from Rare Dankness, including the #1 Sativa Cup winner, Moonshine's Haze. I never know what to call it when I get up to it because it's been named Moonshine's Haze, Moonshine's Moonshine Haze, just flat Moonshine. You know what I'm saying? Like Danny Danko solidified it when he got up on stage and he was like, Moonshine Haze. Anyway, if you'd like to get that in your store, I highly suggest it. You can call them 970-812-DANK. That is the hotline, the DANK hotline, 970-812-DANK. Hopefully Scott and Pamela and the family are having a fantastic vacation. They're out of town right now, probably doing what families do when they're out of town, doing what they do on vacation.
We're looking forward to meeting up with them out there, too.
Out at the L.A. Well, yeah, they went out to vacation to Disneyland. That's in California, right? That's the one in California. I don't know, whatever the one in California is. And then came back. I never got to go to stuff like that as a kid. I've never been to Disneyland.
Disneyland's all right. If you're in SoCal, though, Magic Mountain is really what's up. That's the place with all the roller coasters.
Well, maybe we got to go there. Maybe we got to take a top shelf JDR Dankness trip.
Seriously.
Amusement parks never really amused me. I just hated I was like, what is the fucking amusement of waiting in line? While you're sitting there, I got Phil to crack his ass up. He's back there grogking. He wipes his mouth. He's like, oh damn.
Man, the trick is you just have to go ahead and pay for the speed passes so you can just hit everything.
That's what I'm talking about. My mom was like, one summer my mom was like, do you want me to get you guys past the Elitches? And I'm like, no, it's all good. Don't worry about it. Because I give a damn. I don't want to wait in line for that long, And then, too, when they open up a water park, I ain't much of a water park fan guy. I mean, I take off my shirt and I'm like, it's like the ray of, I blind everybody. Let's just say that. And there's not much muscular tone to the body, so it's never been really something that interested me, to go out and be in a water park. And then the second part of it is, I just am not a big fan of water. Not like into the deep, like deep blue, like, oh my God, there's going to be sharks in this water, but just straight up, I think water's boring as fuck.
Yeah, I was never a big fan of the water parks, man, because the kids would pee in the water.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, there you
the
go.
Band-Aid goes floating by. It's like
That's a whole nother reason, man. It's
No,
like
thanks.
it's like a human soup.
yeah, exactly.
Oh, I'm getting sick to my stomach. We might want to get onto the show and
Hop in the wave pool. It's fun.
I don't know. I had some good times at water parks.
You know, Silver Dollar City in Arkansas. That's one of the bigger ones I've been. I think, or actually, it's in Branson, Missouri. So that's good times and fun.
So wax and shatter.
Yeah, let's play some commercials here. We'll get back to it. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us on the John Doe Radio Show. As I mentioned at the beginning, if you missed anything, make sure you go to johndoeradio.com. You can download anything there. We also have videos of the shows available, courtesy of the man himself, Phil. He renders down the videos, takes care of the video part of everything right now. We cannot thank Phil enough. He is the man. You can catch him online on Facebook, Earl Smoker? Earl Ripper. The Earl Smoker.
Oh, that's
God damn it.
okay.
I keep getting it mixed up, man, between you and that other dude, because that other dude comments on my stuff too, like sometimes.
He's a good dude, man.
Earl Smoker?
Earl Smoker?
Good dude.
Legit guy.
Earl Ripper, and you're the one with the dab right now. Or no, you put up your Oilers logo. Yeah, you put up the Oilers logo. Earl Ripper. Anyway, go under my friends, ERRL Ripper. And then you'll also see in quotations, what does it say? Phil Philman.
Yes, sir.
That's because what he do is what he do, and he takes care of it, and he does a fantastic job, man. And honestly, there's a lot of people that could pick up a camera, and it would just be, I'd be like, you know, we really appreciate your help and all, but you don't got to come in tomorrow. And so he's taking care of it, not bitched about one damn thing, and just been the man. So we appreciate that. Those videos are available at the John Doe Radio YouTube, or you can check them out at johndoeradio.com, posted right under the normal JDR podcast. Sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan. All right, we'll be right back here with Tom and Dan from Top Shelf Extracts, talk about how they get the product that they get. It's a JDR.
You're listening to the John Doe Radio Show.
Under Pink House Blooms, you will find some of Colorado's most respected and popular cannabis centers, including the Cherry Company at 111 Madison Street, the Pearl Company at 1445 Pearl Street, and the Teapot Lounge at 2008 Federal. You have heard the amazing products available from Nika T and his solventless wax and hashes from his appearances on John Doe Radio, and now you get to know about the amazing ISO hash made by our good bud Stephen Lewis. This ISO wax cannot be beat, and I challenge you to find a better product. But not only are the products great, but just as I need in my personal caregiver, the service is friendly and personable too. Pink House Blooms and its stores are proud to carry essential extracts, rare dankness, and hoodlum and vector products. All stores are open from 10 to 7 every day, with daily specials like Tuesday, 2-for-1 joints, Warehouse Wednesdays, where they weigh all Pink House grown meds at 4-gram eighths all day long. Thursdays, buy one edible, get the other half off, and Sundays, let's just say they make it rain. And remember, industry employees get a discount at patient pricing. The Cherry Company on 111 Madison Street, 303-399-6337. The Pearl Company at 1445 South Pearl Street, 303-733-6337. And the Teapot Lounge at 2008 Federal, 303-656-9697. Pink House Blooms. Mad Hatter Smoke Shop has got your high-quality, American-made, unique pieces and some of the best scientific glass available anywhere. Artists and companies like Mike Fro, Cowboy, Zob, Royal, and D-Rock with some of the best products the Mile High State has to offer. Treehouse, Joel Halen, Worm, Tricky, and more. Mad Hatter Smoke Shop also carries Sheldon Black, one of the highest names in glass standards. Don't miss out on the Holy Water Style Collection either. Our friend Sean Waters offers his line of shirts, jackets, hats, and skateboards for men and women. Mad Hatter Smoke Shop for everything the JDR Army needs. Mention JDR or John Doe Radio and get 20% off. 20%! Visit MadHatterSmokeShop.com or email store@MadHatterSmokeShop.com for inquiries. Mad Hatter Smoke Shop, 6091 West Colfax Avenue in Denver, 303-953-7015. Store at MadHatterSmokeShop.com, 6091 West Colfax Avenue, Denver, Colorado, 303-953-7015. Trouble with the law? Or maybe you're looking to start a medical marijuana business? The law firm of Edson, Mayton, and Matz can help. Attorneys Warren Edson, Lauren Mayton, and Chris Matz offer a wide range of criminal defense-related assistance and cannabis legal services. Call the team of legal professionals ready to help you or your business out today. 303-831-8188. That's 303-831-8188. Or check out the website warrenedson.com. That's warrenedson.com. Platte Valley Medical Marijuana Center in Denver has some of the most affordable prices anywhere. Don't believe us? Call them. 303-953-0295. That's 303-953-0295. Or just head down and visit them. Trust us. Located at 2301 7th Street, Unit B, across from the Denver Aquarium. Great people who care about a fine selection of meds and a wide variety of extracts from Top Shelf Extracts. With daily specials like Monday Madness with premium strain-specific joints for only $1 when they're normally $3. Wax Wednesday with all wax for $15 a gram when normally $20 a gram. And during the NFL playoffs, Platte Valley is running a special on select ounces for just $125 and select $15 eighths, not bottom shelf strains either. You didn't miss what I just said. $125 ounces and $15 select eighths, not bottom shelf strains either. Don't miss one of the busiest and most convenient dispensary locations in Denver, Platte Valley Medical Marijuana Center, located at 2301 7th Street, Unit B, 303-953-0295. And until January 15th, everyone gets patient prices at $25 eighths and $150 ounces. Platte Valley Medical Marijuana Center.
John Doe Radio.
What's it doing? You're hanging on the John Doe Radio Show. Thank you very much for hanging live with us. If it is live, you are hanging with us. JohnDoeRadio.com/live with Chris. God, Jesus Christ. Daniel and Tom. I don't know why I wanted to call you Chris for some
You
reason.
can call me Chris, man. It's all good.
I can call you Chris?
Yeah, what's up? My name's Chris. Nice to meet you.
If you're a long-time listener to John Doe Radio Show, you would know that everybody would know that I give people the most farked up names. Huh? Like, just named out of nowhere. Just like, dude, Steve. My name is not Steve, it's
Chris.
John. We're hanging out with our good buddies here from Top Shelf Extracts. You can get a hold of them, 855-710-EARL. 855-710-ERRL if you would like to get their products in your shop. But there's going to be a little bit of a... well, we'll just let you tell the deal here. What's going on with Top Shelf Extracts? What's up here?
Well, there's been a lot of criticism of wax or butter, whatever you want to call it lately. And, we just want to stay the best and be above reproach. So we're moving over to complete shatter production.
Is butter more of a California thing, or is it, because I don't hear butter here a lot, I just hear wax is what it is. Wax.
Well, like wax is like the umbrella term. Butter just specifically refers to the stuff that's yellow, crumbly, chunky. That's it.
Okay, cool.
It was originally,
you would think butter would refer to the more creamier type of a material, but that's, to me, that's not finished material. I mean,
well, it depends, man. I mean, if you're working with problem material from the beginning, which a lot of times we'll be given some problem material, it'll just come out waxy.
Really waxy. It comes out really waxy.
Yeah.
But then there's also that. I've run some mono swag, man, and it still came out decent. It still came out, like. But there's some people that just don't refine it. It's just left there. They'll just scrape it out of the pan or whatever and just leave it in there, and it's still got a lot of that butane in it. It's still like runny, It's oily when it shouldn't be oily at that point in time at all.
But if the material was like extremely old, if it got too much moisture, if it still had too much moisture in it when it was bagged up, if there was a lot of fan leaf in it, the actual plant material will break down and dump a lot of chlorophyll into your final mix.
Yeah.
So it'll end up dark and runny, no matter how long you purge it.
Yeah, that's true. I haven't.
When you work with like superior material that's fresh and covered with trichromes, you blast that stuff off, it almost cures itself. It's amazing.
Yeah, I've never, I guess, worked with that horrible of stuff, but the stuff I worked with one time was pretty swag. Was stuck in a freezer for a long time, ran it frozen, and turned out decent. I mean, a decent yield, but for what was expected. But it was.
Do you just cook it down to oil or whatever?
Just horrible. With that, yeah. Ended up cooking it down to oil. Ended up being a really dirty mix of things because it's just crappy product to start off with, being the point. But I don't know, man. It's just it's frustrating to see some things that are just still runny. And I mean, I either want an oil, or I want something that's been coming out of like something in your shop lately here, where it's pretty purged, and it's really nice on the throat and the lungs for the most part. That's the important part, is that patients aren't necessarily hacking up a lung while they're trying to medicate. We appreciate that. So yeah, and then you guys are onto this. There's been a lot of controversy about the wax and the butter and the quality of it and all that. So why would you say that?
I like shatter better personally. It's what I've always wanted to make. And because of, I'll just come out and say it, the flat out greed of a couple shops we worked for, we set them up with our lab and they didn't want to make it for anybody else. They wanted it to be an exclusive at their shop, even though in the end, like, it's undeniably clean.
Yeah. Well, I mean, is that
the thing with shatter is when you're making it in small batches, it's totally possible. Blast a gram out, water purge it, and then, you maybe flame over a little bit to raise up any residual bubbles.
Yeah.
And, it's easy to do that. But when you, let's say, blast 20 grams into a pan, that stuff takes like days to, purge out a shatter.
Yeah.
Unless you have a vacuum pump, and that changes the game completely.
And that's a good idea, too. I mean, everybody that's doing this professionally should probably end up with a vacuum pump, at some point in time. And, I mean, I like the heating of it, It's just making it bust down into a complete oil.
You just have to stay below 130.
Yeah, that's the thing is you do. And if you're using like a torch or a lighter or anything inside a little vial, if you've already seen that smoke pop off, then you're definitely getting degradation there. But is it degradation, from the THC to the CBD? I mean, is it more of a narcotic that you're going to be
just
getting?
Stay below 130. And you're not going to damage your flavor or your potency.
But maybe if you were trying to get a more narcotic type of product that was more pain relieving, would that THC more break down into a CBD and be a little bit more helpful for you? Because I've sort of tried to experiment with that a little bit, and it seems like the oils that are heated more heavily are sometimes, and you can go past a certain point to where you just ruin it. And you can tell when you ruin it, but
it darkens up.
It does. It darkens up, and it has that sort of just
burnt taste,
burnt smell, burnt taste, and when you go too far. But then at the other point in time, I think when we've seen this just golden, brownish, or just gold oil, it's different than the wax that you smoke. It is. It's a completely different product, I think, that you're making. It's like wax is one thing, and then that oil, I think, the characteristics and the chemicals of it, I think the molecules are restructured, and I just think it's a completely different product. I really do. I think that definitely, because if THC degrades to CBD, I mean, if you do it right, you would think that you'd be able to break down more of that THC to a CBD and have it more of a pain relieving narcotic situation. So that's something that we need to be looking at, and like
when you activate THC like in an oven, if you're going to make edibles or something, aren't you just like making more THC?
Well, you're just making let's see here. When you go and you have your stuff tested, damn it, I didn't expect to talk about the scientific side of things. There's two different active and inactive.
Exactly.
And like heating and other stuff like that, does change the product, and just decarboxylates stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I mean, in the process of heating things, you're definitely changing your product, I think. But that's just where I'm going to. These are my own hypotheses here and my own experiments So why can't some U.S. chemist, scientist, some dude in a lab coat with some shades on, and by the way, by shades I mean protective goggles, why can't we have some dudes there just studying this, making sure, taking care of that, and there probably is, but
because they're blocking it every time the prohibitionists like launch a study, it just blows up in their face every single time.
it's just extremely frustrating. We can't be we can't be,
Dispensaries lowering
onto this
crime.
stuff. Yeah, dispensaries lowering crime. I mean, we talk about that all the
Straight up
time.
saving lives, like 9% less in every state that there's medical, 9% less traffic deaths, 5% less alcohol being bought. It's amazing.
Colorado, 5% less alcohol being used by adults since Amendment 20 went into place. Getting back to your guys' product here and stuff. So let's go through maybe an evolution of everything. I mean, how did we talked last week a little bit how you got your start, and so here in Colorado, when you first got into, where did you get into? What shop?
Broadway Wellness.
You were in Broadway
flew me
Wellness.
out here and paid for my rent for a couple months and set me up and everything to run their concentrates for them.
And you're just using tubes and a pan and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and basically just doing what you can to finish and finalize the product. One of the first people out here kind of doing it on a large scale, if at all.
Might have been the first. They used to get $30 a gram wholesale for our stuff, and now it's
maybe
15
one of the
retail.
first
It's crazy.
wholesalers. I know Derek was making oil like before I even knew oil even existed. So I
Yeah.
mean that was the strange thing, is that it's been around for a long. Earl's been around for a long time. I mean, ever since.
What really changed was in late 2008, 2009. There was a way to smoke it finally by itself.
Yeah, the people started the
Thanks to
glassware.
Hash Master Cut.
The glassware started becoming more and more of a big thing. As the boom in the glass companies came across as medical marijuana specifically. Man, here in Colorado, it's like in 2009. That was probably the last year for bad hash, being available, and probably the last year that people went out and bought water hash, unless it was from someone like Derek or Selected Nicotine, some of that full, just incredible hash.
Yeah.
I feel very fortunate on our John Doe radio show that luckily we aired that up and got that. I feel like we exposed so many people through that YouTube video and through our JDR show with Nicotine on how to make hash, that I feel a big part in what our show did. It changed the game completely, because they saw what Nick was doing and they seen this product, and Derek does it, and there's a lot of other people that do the same thing. I'm not saying like Nick was the only one that was doing it at the same time or the only one that could do it. It's just he got in the air and spouted about it, and became whatever. But that product is that this high quality hash, not the black crap that that you used to buy, not really that hard, just weird flaky hash that you can get, just that full melt, nice bubble, dude. I mean, it's just fantastic.
That stuff, as far as I know, still isn't as available in California as it is here.
Really?
I can think like 3 times when I was managing shops out there that I got hash as good as Nicotee's.
You managed 3 shops out in Cali?
2 shops I managed, one I just worked at.
What were they? What was they, if you don't mind?
Okay, the first shop I worked at was this place called TMHR.
TMHR.
Yeah, the guy who owned it was this guy named Hap Kent. That he's pretty well known out there now.
Hey, what up, Hap Kent? That's a good name. I like the name Hap.
Yeah, he's
What's
an
happening,
interesting
Hap?
character.
What's
and
the Hap?
then I moved over and I opened Kind Meds in Encino, California, and that got to be really famous for their hash bar. From there, I went to Studio City Pot in Studio City, managed there for a minute.
Studio Pot.
Studio City Pot,
Okay.
SC Pot.
That Studio Pot would have been cool too, because then I would have been like, that belong. That's like here.
And that's where we ran across extracts for the first time. There's a master oil maker out in California that put me up on a lot of game.
What was he? How was he extracting? Just tube?
Just tubes, but it would take him about a week to make 1.5 ounces.
Really?
And
Wow.
people knew what day he'd come in, and there would literally, like, our whole lounge would just be packed with people waiting for him to, like, drop off his stuff. It would be gone in, like, 2 minutes, and that was it.
And that time, was it sort of kosher, not kosher? I mean, it's never really been too kosher to have a BHO type
Legally,
product.
California's a mess.
Yeah, legally California's a mess because
These places are allowed to sell it because no one can really prove what extraction method it was used to make it.
Yeah, it's like if you're not caught in the process, then it gets on the shelf.
Yeah.
And that's frustrating. I'm not harassing the California shops for that or trying to call anybody out for that. That's one of the rules that needs to get fixed. I mean,
They're
it's
about
ridiculous.
to shut down all the shops in LA.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
LA,
horrible.
San Diego, there's...
They're cleaning out little like suburb by suburb the
Well-
task forces out in LA.
And pretty soon we may be talking about here in our own place, our own spot, man. And I hate to even think about that or even, but it's true. I mean, it's true. We could be looking at that, man. 23 letters sent out. Who knows, how many people comply with the letters, what situation happens with that. Maybe people move and like find better spots than like the majority of them do. And maybe that satisfies John Walsh and he doesn't come after us even more because, and like I got warned the other day, man. I got warned when we were talking about this not to challenge the feds, not to blah, 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 this or whatever. I'm not challenging anybody by saying if I think you by saying thinking you coming here starting a fight you're gonna lose. Like that's not, I mean, I guess if you want to look at that as a challenge, I think that's a fact with the state of Colorado, the people that we have inside this state, the things that they support, they do not and would not put up with outside interference from the government completely coming in and shutting down an industry in which has been regulated by the legislators. It's been voted on. I mean, it's ridiculous. If the legislators alone allowed this simple thing to happen, I mean, it'd be frustrating. Legislators need to come to our help in here, and we're running out of time here, so we need to get to the how to make shatter and all that stuff. But before you finish your thought there.
Yeah, I forgot what I was going to say.
Oh.
I do that all the time. I try,
And I just fail so much in remembering my train of thought sometimes. But no, so you guys are committed to making the best top quality extract that is possible. So you kind of had a little change of thought here on the wax and stuff?
A little bit, I listen, I read, I'm on Facebook, seeing what people are saying, and
Yeah.
There's going to be a big shift away from it, so we just want to stay ahead of the curve.
Yeah. And
And
here's
the fact is, we've made it before. Like that's what we won the
But you've-
second place in the Cannabis Cup for out here last year.
And you have had a big curve, man. I mean, a year ago on 420, I mean, I think your stuff was a little bit different. Your product was a different product than it is now. And I'm not saying less quality, but you've come a long ways in your learning and in what you've been trying to do. And also, I think on top of it, what it is almost more than anything, man, what you're trying to think of and maybe what me and you and some other people are going through, it's like your business is booming, so you're thinking things, you're like you don't want to make the same mistakes that you made before, maybe. And I'm not saying that anything you've made is a mistake. I'm saying for JDR, you want to make sure that you have the best possible outcome, and maybe sometimes that involves listening to someone else. As much as we hate it, that's the fact. That's the simple fact of the matter.
Yeah. One thing I just want to make clear, though, you're able to tell when something's dirty when you touch it to titanium, because what happens is when butane gets really hot, it breaks down into CO2 and water. And when water hits oil, there's a crazy sizzle sound every single time.
Sizzle, dizzle.
And Tom, he probably smokes like a gram or two a day, and he's still nice and healthy.
Wow, dude, I'm at like a gram. I'm at like a gram a day.
Nice, man.
Yeah, for
Welcome to the club.
the gram up to a gram.
1%ers.
Yeah, the 1%ers, man. 1%ers.
baby.
The gram helps prevent my headaches. Number one, and it's amazing for it.
Yeah.
And two, it becomes an anxiety medication at that point for me. I mean, just smoking a little bit doesn't really help me anymore. I don't really get that high anymore. And you can have that effect without feeling high or whatever, but here's the deal with the anxiety. You want to feel high. you want to feel high. So, you smoke as much as that you can. So, anyway, that's that side of it. It's an interesting to meet more and more people that are just so much heavy tokers and stuff, and to experience the interactions in people's bodies. I mean, there's people like that I know that are just big dudes, man. My dad is a big dude, and He's been smoking for a long, long time, and you think he'd have a big tolerance, but no, man, the tolerance never seems to go away. It's like, dude, like, what the hell?
One thing that's kind of funny is the bigger you are, the more edibles affect you.
That is true. I mean,
The converse is true too. Like, how do edibles hit you, man?
they don't hit me very well at all. Like,
That's what I'm
my
saying.
metabolism's too fast. They don't not enough time for it to like sit in or whatever. I
A
don't know.
regular butter cookie will destroy me. Like, I can't even do edibles; they're too intense.
I've heard that from a lot of dudes, man. Like some bigger guys that could probably crunch me with the pinky of their thumb. But no, I've heard that, and it's and this is no offense here, but this is somewhat amusing. I wish I'm jealous of you completely, man. I wish that they would affect me a
No,
little
you
bit
don't
more.
understand. It's like a nightmare for me.
And
Edibles,
you're like somebody hands you a cookie, you're like, here. Wait, was this medicated? Oh, fark.
There goes my night. Get sweaty palms. I'm all paranoid. I don't like
Really?
edibles. Yeah.
Really? Yeah. You're not a huge fan of edibles at all.
I haven't done edibles in a couple years. I just can't do it, man. They're too intense.
Wow, that's very interesting. Our homie Derek Cummings just came out with his new edible line, The Incredibles, and I want that strawberry bar, man. That he came out with, and then there's a banana one, I think, too. Anyway, those are like 100, 170, or 100, 135 milligrams THC content. I mean, they're like some of the more
That's what's
potent.
up.
At like $8 a piece, suggests a retail or whatever. You know, I mean, that's like a $20 candy bar at a lot of other places, man. You know, $20 or more. So if you were to chew this thing, you'd be down. You'd be like, oh, I'm done.
You know, Hubby Bars in LA, they were
don't
a
know.
0.2 of Rick Simpson oil, basically.
Yeah.
You know, just some ISO that wasn't, made from good material.
That
And
jacks me up
That just
eating it.
destroyed people.
That jacks me up. Like Caps,
Got really popular.
like a gram of some a gram of some Billy Good. Jeez. Not even a gram. A couple hash caps filled, maybe like 0.3, 0.6, filled up with some BHO or whatever it is, some extract, and that seems to do really well for some reason. I don't know what it is. There's a difference in taking a just straight pill form, and by pill I mean it's been filled. You have a gel cap filled with filled up with the product that you have. There's a difference in taking that than eating. It's like the metabolism and everything else has something to do with it. You know, it's involved with the food process. And man, we got to get Dr. Mitch or somebody else here on the show someday and sit down and talk with the body and how it interacts. The cannabis fully interacts with the body, because it's that's one of the most interesting things to me, man. Every day I see how people react differently to cannabis. There's a couple of people I see that have smoked for so long, and they get blazed as fuck every time, and I'm like, how do you? I feel like I don't even get high anymore sometimes. That's the problem. And by high, I mean I also medicated at the same time. Blurry recreational line there.
I find that if I don't smoke until I'm done with my work, then I'll get really high for the first time I smoke.
Yeah.
So
But see,
that's
then
what I generally do.
But see, then you're not getting high before work.
Yeah.
He gets high before work. He's lying.
Not every day, man.
Yeah,
Every
I
day.
didn't today.
I considered not.
I didn't.
I considered it today, not coming in. I only took one little small hit, and but then we got here, and Phil was like, I think Phil had a day, and he was like, "Here, hit this, homie. Here you go, homie." It's like, dang, man. And like on top of it, barely slept too much. So like, as you guys can probably see as you're looking at me, the cam's faced the other way. That cam probably pick up my eyes or whatever. Hopefully my cap blocking it off. But dude, I am like, for the sake of offending no one here, man, I am Chinese-eyed out. Just totally can't even open them. That wasn't offensive, was it?
Looks like your eyes are actually closed to me.
They'd see, but I can see out of them. I can see you.
So we probably should talk about the difference between wax and shatter.
Yes, we need to get to that, because we got to
Okay,
get. We
they
got to
both
quit.
start out the same
I
way.
do have to get going quick too. So here, I can't spend 2 hours on the show today. So yeah, let's hop on it.
Let's break it down. Okay, they both start the same way. You pack up a tube, either stainless steel or glass, preferably. Use coffee filters, silk screen, or wire mesh that's the right micron size.
Here's the deal with that too. Also, if you have some old bubble bags, man, that's something that I also did. As I cut the bottom off of like a 120 90 micron bubble bags and tried to, experiment with the difference between
totally
those.
It's like essentially the same thing as a silk screen.
Yeah, I think they were. Yeah, I think perfect if you got it. So, but silk screen, I've heard people using napkins. Go out and
blast in the Pyrex that's already in a hot water bath, and from there, once it's had a good half an hour to an hour purging out in the hot water, you take the pan, and if you want to make wax, you basically whip it.
Just whip it good.
Exactly, and it's more of like a manual purge process.
You must whip it. Yeah, and
if,
that's the manual.
If you want to make
purging.
shatter, you don't whip it. You basically have to like pop every little bubble if you're doing it by hand, and keep it on heat for like a little bit longer. Now, if you have a vacuum machine, if you have a vacuum pump,
so that's
chamber,
that's how people were kind of getting sort of a shatter, is they're sort of leaving it on a lower heat for a little bit more amount of time, and then just getting it off.
And then just like standing over and popping every little bubble as it comes up.
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So that's how you get the shatter, and then you like let it sit on the glass for a couple days. It gives you a chance to see if any more bubbles come out, and if they do, you deal with them.
Can you vacuum purge it, or will it turn into a different product?
Oh no, that's a brilliant thing. With the vacuum purger, you could take butter, or wax, whatever you want to call it, melt it down at 130 degrees.
Yeah.
Stick it in there, and it'll turn to shatter.
Yeah, that's the best thing about the. You can see. Say you got a vial, you got like maybe 10 grams in a vial, and like the way that I do it, just heating it up, which is not the best way to do it or whatever. You can take a flame to it and just heat it up so that it's just sort of bubbling in a way, and that's even to the point where it's getting a little bit too hot. You don't even want to have that, but you can see the taint just go away. I mean, you can see it. You can light the top of the bottle, and and there's a little flame that comes off of it.
Yeah.
But that final product is just interesting to me. I don't know. It's just the consistency, the way that it's done, the fact that I'm pretty positive that there's not a lot of butane in it. I mean, that's what really matters a lot. So, but what you guys are getting a new machine to be able to take care of this easier, or what?
Yeah, I can't go into like great detail about what the machine is, but I'll be glad to tell everybody after the next Cannabis Cup out here.
After the next Cannabis Cup,
the one in April.
Because you're like
in Denver.
So you're waiting until April to even holler at anybody.
Oh, then I'll tell everybody.
So it's a top secret.
Until then. But
is anybody?
I like to share knowledge normally, but the reality is there's a lot of people.
No, you got to do what you got to do. This is a business, man. So nobody's allowed in this room that the machine's in.
What's that?
Well, obviously it's in a restricted area as it is, but
yeah.
So no one but Tom's allowed in there. No.
That's it, man.
What's that?
I said that's it, man. Just me.
I can imagine, man.
If
it's like that, shoot. Fine, don't show me your machine. I don't ever want to see it anyway.
But it's basically used in conjunction with a vacuum.
It's combined. It's one in one.
It's like several pieces put together.
Woo! Is this something that
it's rocket science?
You built yourself?
No, a good friend of mine actually built one in California and then told me about it and showed me how to use it.
Nice. So there's more of them available.
Yeah. Well, you have to know how to put it together. I mean, if you don't have every single piece of the puzzle, then it's kind of dangerous, actually.
Ooh, danger. That's my middle name. No, I'm kidding. So far from my middle name.
Yeah, when we get the studio set up, you should come check it out.
Dude, I would love it.
Because we're not calling it a lab. Everyone calls the place they work a lab. We're calling it a studio.
You're going to call it a studio because you guys are artists?
Because the aesthetics are important to us, man. The taste, the smell, the look, all that stuff matters.
Hey, dude, I'm cool
immensely,
with that. We are going to be coming over and hanging out. We're going to be bringing Phil because there's going to be a chance where we're going to head over to the Donks.
Nice.
And we're going to be checking out some Swagger Glass, how they make that. By the way, how much do you want that piece? Like that new...
Oh, the link?
The link? The dude, we had Swagger Glass in here and they introduced a new perk called the Link. And the whole piece is a beast. And the perk goes along perfect with the beast of a piece that it is. And it is one of the most, like, dude, if anybody goes back to the show yesterday and just listen to the riffs.
Sounds like Darth Vader on his deathbed.
It's like it's Darth Vader on his deathbed. Yeah, it was like Darth Vader was like, make me a piece, and came in, and Swagger came back with this and was like, here you are, Dark Lord, and he was like, and then you go back and hear the sound that I'm gonna sample, and then because it's a beast.
Yeah, we're good
Crazy.
friends with Lester.
Yeah,
Lester's
it
awesome,
pulls
man.
in through the top, like you fill it up.
Talented dude.
Yeah, like say, and this is where I go back to with everybody, because everybody recognizes these sort of pieces. Go back to the oil can type piece, the JP Toro oil can type pieces, and that's what they're sort of like flipping out here with these links, which I'm sure they'll be included in other pieces too. But he's got just like big, one of those oil can tubes with that link put in it, and it's just wow.
I'm gonna have to check it out, man.
It was the only one in existence. The only one that existed was in the studio yesterday, and we gave it away. And it didn't end up on our shelf. What was wrong with that? we did get the.
They'll make more.
We did get the Swagger Mini. The micro, actually. This is probably called a micro, isn't it?
Yep.
Micro or
Macro?
Macro even.
Yeah, it's about macro size right there.
Yeah, that's a macro. So
Right?
yeah.
No, that's bigger than a macro. That'd be like a mini, I would say.
Yeah, this is a mini, because you can even get smaller than this, because the macros will
Yeah,
go
the
down.
macro mouthpiece would come to like here.
Yeah. What's up?
Tony's a glass expert. You have to.
No, I'm nowhere near a glass expert. I'm a glass enthusiast.
Tuesdays, man. Tuesdays on the JDR. We have
I've
glass.
heard Tricky, man. I love Tricky. He's the man.
Tuesdays becoming a day, man. But I tell you what, on Wednesdays, maybe even Thursdays here, I talked to Chloe about some other stuff she may be interested on. So Thursdays maybe open up completely, or we may just do the Wednesdays, talk about seeds and extract and stuff, because Scott's crazy with his extract too, and what he's doing. Floored me. I had to drive Paul from Mad Hatter home from Scott's birthday party the other night.
What kind of stuff are you smoking up there?
Craziness, man, like craziness. There was a cup entry, and
Yeah.
I think you know what I'm talking about. So, kind of knocked everybody on their ass. But then there was other stuff. There was like OG.
You try that flow?
18. Yeah,
Yeah.
I tried like everything.
Yeah.
I was amazed with it. Plus with his new Joe Halen piece, got a brand new the skunk, got a new black and white. Mine looks like my Joe Halen, but is in black and white, and on the side has a disc with spikes and a skunk the logo put in the disc. Which is
Saw
sick.
that on the internet, man. That's ill.
Yeah, it's up on my Facebook page if anyone wants to go check it out, or on Rare Dangness Facebook page. But yeah, I had to drive Paul home.
Nice.
No offense to Paul from Mad Hatter Smoke Shop, because we love him. And you make that choice, man. You gotta make that choice. I'm too dabbed out, and I was like, I'm good. Shoot, and I loved it, man. This is being able to drive, man. Been a minute since I've been able to drive. So, is there anything else you guys wanted to toss off today? Like that machine and stuff is. So when are we thinking about having this come into play? Is this after the LA Cup, that when you guys get back, you're gonna start shifting gears? Are you still taking wholesale orders? What's the deal right now?
We're on pause until Monday. Everything should be here, and we should be able to set up over the weekend and be ready to go on Monday.
But if people would like to get lined up for this, they can contact you probably.
Yeah.
855-710-EARL, 855-710-EARL. And they can get a hold of you there, and I guess put their name on a waiting list, I guess.
Definitely. Just contact us and we'll fit you into the schedule.
Nice.
And from here, I'm going over to Platte Valley to Bud Tend for my first time in a couple years.
You're going to Bud Tend over at Platte Valley?
Well, yeah, what we're doing is
that just sort
every
of like
Wednesday
meet the
for
artist?
Rack Wednesday, like we each take a turn every other week, and we go in there and we just help people out.
The artists?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Damn, that makes me want to come over.
We should come by, man.
I got to meet with my realtor at 3.
Okay.
And hope to God everything goes well.
Sign that lease.
Yeah, I got to re-sign a lease and stuff, so I still got an extra spot, so we'll see what's up here.
I'll be there till closing.
You be there till closing? I just don't have I don't have a vehicle, so Phil's giving me a ride home. He's probably checking his watch right now. Like, is this? Are we running too late, Phil? Are we good?
I'm good.
Good. All right. Big thanks, huge thanks to everybody making.
Thanks for having us.
Making the JDR possible, especially you guys. Today, Top Shelf Extract. You get a hold of them, 855-710-EARL. You get on that waiting list until everything's machines in, taken care of. They would love to service your shop. They would love to get their product inside of your shop, and I would love to get the crappy product that is in some of your shops out. And get theirs in. So yeah, and then I can't wait to check out this shatter and the new interesting process that you guys have had. Maybe we will have to get Phil in there and then on the process, and then have you guys sit down and edit process. I don't know if Phil knows how. I think Phil knows how to blur now, maybe, or something. I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. If there's anything that needs to be blurred or something in trade secret wise, we can do that. We just want to sit down and document more. It's the name of the game. All right, also big thanks to our other sponsors, Cut Above, 1911 South Broadway in Denver. They have some incredible strains down there. Debo, awesome person. Please support us at the John Doe Radio Show. Head down there, 1911 South Broadway. Just to mention, too, they also have a shop in Colorado Springs if you're interested. And Compassionate Pain Management, 2 locations, Lakewood and Louisville. Give them a holler if you're interested in anything that they have, or just head on down to them. Mad Hatter Smoke Shop, obviously, one of our awesome good friends here on the John Doe Radio Show.
What up, Paul?
Yeah, Paul is the man. He's kind of that laid-back, easy dude. Some tells me, though, he would, like, rock a fist through the other side of your dome if you ever were to take him off.
He's just a teddy bear, man.
Yeah, I don't see that in him, man.
I don't ever see that happening, but you got... Dude, that's the dude that you gotta watch out for.
No.
That's the dude that you be standing next to in a fight, and you be like, you and your homies be talking about, and then like his homies like right next to you, and then all of a sudden it's like, it's like, where the hell did that guy come from? Like, he was standing right next to you the whole time. You didn't see him? Fist of Fury coming at me. No. So yeah. Anyway, he's just a wannabe whack gangster, I guess. Really, sometimes is the worst part of what Paul can offer. Right.
Yeah,
Right.
totally. He's a wankster, man.
A wankster. Nah, Paul's great. I love him. So thank you, Paul. Mad Hatter Smoke Shop. Everybody over there. All the great employees, including December, including Lauren. Just had to put that in there. You guys are looking at each
We're
other.
fans of Lauren, dude. She's cool.
She's
I love Lauren. She's
awesome.
December used to be a host here on the John Doe Radio Show. Last month. All right. Also, big thanks to Little Man hosting Run on Grass. There was a lot more laughing than joke to that. So just so everybody knows, there's nothing hard, no hard feelings or anything. Little Man hosting the John Doe Radio Show wouldn't be here without littlemanhosting.com. Thank you. Renewed us for another year. I owe you. Going to be trying to get you something from Mad Hatters very, very soon. So Stone Kidney, check it out. Or check out Stone Kidney at littlemanhosting.com. Also Mile High Wellness. Big thanks to those guys for building the studio. Good times. If you'd like to win something from the John Doe Radio Show, if we have a giveaway like right now, a Silver Surfer Vaporizer, or one of the token tops from Token Terra, email us johndoeradiogiveaway@gmail.com. Fun times.
Thanks a lot, man.
Good times. And Top Shelf Extract, again, 855-710-EARL. Tomorrow on the John Doe Radio Show, I'm not quite sure what's going down, if we're going to have Chloe in or not. I can't even talk about what possibly could happen after effect. I got scolded. Talking too much business on the show and other things. So anyway, so Thursday we'll be here with you tomorrow no matter what. Well, pending any craziness. I say that and then something pops up. So anyway, and then Friday we have obviously Steve Elliott from tokeofthetown.com and our good friend William Breeze from westward.com. You guys ever met William?
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
sir.
So you know what he looks like?
Yeah.
That's not fair.
I know his real name.
Oh,
It's not as cool once the mystique is gone.
I know.
I know, dude.
He's not
Some
I know.
dude.
Be very, very quiet. We hunting William Breeze. All right. Anyway, it's a John Doe Radio Show. We do it live in the Mile High. Thank you to the awesome listeners. Couldn't do it without you. Check it out, johndoeradio.com. Listen to us live Monday through Friday, johndoeradio.com/live. Please tell your friends. Please tell your friends. Let's get us a little bit more listenership and promotion out here. And if you go visit these shops, tell them the John Doe Radio Show sent you, because they don't know if they don't know. All right? All right. That's going to do it for today. Thanks again, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Phil. Thanks, Kim. Thanks, Jason Love. Yeah, I think that about covers it. Warren Edson, Edson Mate and the Mats, Georgia, everybody. See ya.
Radio Show produced by Charlie Stash Entertainment. The John Doe Radio Show programming is not limited to, but includes information on counterculture subjects that is intended for informational and entertainment purposes only. We specifically include responsible marijuana reform. Besides, listening to anyone mention others is stupid. We accept no responsibility for your actions or misrepresentations, and we do not fully endorse the use of illegal drugs. You are ultimately responsible for yourself.
John Doe Radio.
Radio.